All right, welcome back to another GS on Marketing podcast. I'm Redbeard, along with Evan.
Yeah, it's great to be here. So, Beard, how is it going for you right now?
I mean, it's going good. The holidays are coming up. We're only a week away.
Yeah, we've been talking about these holidays coming up basically on the past 4 podcasts.
Still shopping, still out there shopping, which I feel like I've only bought things for myself.
Oh, yeah. Well, at least you know what you want, and you're not going to be disappointed when you open it, hopefully.
Right?
So, you got most of your Christmas shopping done?
Just for me.
Just for you.
I still need to buy things.
Oh, you're buying things for other people too?
Yeah, I mean.
Oh, okay.
I think I have a few gifts to buy for some people, but.
So how do you do it? Do you ask them, what do you want for Christmas or whatever you're celebrating? What do you want for that?
Or just are we doing this now?
Or do you think all year you're like, oh yeah, kind of picking up on pieces. Oh, my wife mentioned this one time a few months ago when we were walking past the store window. She pointed it out. And now I'm going to know to go back there and get it now that it's Christmas. Do you do that?
Well, see, I've kind of changed. So usually I don't know. I feel if I find a gift there's something I think you might like, I might just get it. But I've kind of gotten out of that phase of I give you a $25 gift or a gift card. Usually it just ends up being gift cards getting exchanged.
Yeah.
And it's we could have just bought our own thing.
Yeah, I try not to do gift cards, and it's kind of put me, and not that I have anything wrong with gift cards. In fact, actually, a lot of times I receive a gift and I think to myself, wow, I wish this person would have just given me a gift card. But I try not to give gift cards, and mainly because I'm kind of a cheap Christmas gift buyer. I'm looking to get that thing that really cost me $30, but maybe they'll think it's closer to $50. And when you give somebody a gift card that's for $35, they're less impressed.
Yeah. Well, sometimes anymore, I usually just get into let's just buy something for the house. To improve the house,
When
right?
you mean you and your wife.
Yeah, just in general.
Yeah.
But then we might get little things here and there. But for me, I'm probably the hardest person to shop for Christmas because I'm just buying my own stuff throughout the year anyways.
And you're still buying it now, so even if she would have gotten it for you as a gift, you just recently purchased it.
Yeah, I'm just don't even bother. It's no big deal.
So when you get something for her, though, is it because you thought that she'd like it or because she told you this is what you should get me?
No, I'm usually I'm pretty good about gifts, figuring out what you might like or what you might need, right? Mm-hmm. So I'll just kind of show up with it, I'll just order it. So
nice.
I won't be, it's never here's these 5 items that I want kind of a thing.
Well, that's good. I wish I got more of here's the 5 items I want. Yeah. My nephews, I was told that they just want gift cards. And it's putting me in a strange situation because, to be frank, I'm not really sure what they're into. So I don't know what to buy them in terms of gifts, at least. And I don't really want to buy them gift cards, even though that would be probably the easiest thing to do and it's going to make them the happiest. So it's what do you do, right? What options do you have? Do you cave in and you buy them what they really want, even though you don't want to go out and get a gift card? Or do you try to be creative and you end up disappointing them? Which, by the way, most years I try to be creative, and you can kind of tell the look of disappointment on their face when they open my gifts most of the time.
Yeah. Well, I hate getting caught without a gift when someone's gotten me one, right?
Oh, so you just walk around with gift cards on deck ready to go?
So I'm not big on the whole gift card thing, but if I know somebody for sure that somebody's it's been said that we're doing a gift exchange kind of a thing, then I might not go with a gift card every time. But where I do like the gift card is when say throughout the year or something, or I'm telling somebody oh, I really like Hulu, and they're oh, I don't do that yet, or I haven't got a streaming thing. I might get them a streaming gift card.
Ooh, that's not a bad idea.
Or if I know they're not really on Amazon yet, I might get them an Amazon gift card.
Who isn't on Amazon now?
I mean, some people, but Spotify, things like that, or Apple Music. I've gotten people gift cards for that, but that just kind of if I see they have an iPhone. And they might use just the free Spotify or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
And then I'll hit them up with like an Apple Music gift card. Like, hey, check it out for like 3 months.
Are you using Apple Music instead of Spotify?
That's what I use. I just use Apple Music on that family plan, That's just kind of what I like it. I'm not saying like Spotify is not good or anything. Like I've tried Spotify. Usually like in the summer months, Spotify will do like 3 months for $2 or something like that.
Yeah, that's how I got hooked on it. I've had it ever since doing that too. And I guess the reason I was wondering is I'm thinking about either upgrading that or maybe trying something different because I don't have the family plan, but I have all of my Alexa devices are hooked up to that Spotify.
Yeah.
So I'll be sitting there driving, listening to a song, and then all of a sudden it'll stop and I'll look and see what's going on. It's because someone at home decided to play some music.
So it's funny you mentioned that because so I'm always using I have the Amazon Music too, right? Because Prime and you just automatically get that. But like sometimes I forget that I have that.
Yeah.
But I will ask my I'll ask my device to play, a song, right? So it's just coming from Amazon Music. But they just hooked up over the weekend where you're able to connect your Apple Music.
Oh, did they?
To Alexa.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, and you can actually make it your default. So
just like with Spotify, right?
You can tell it to play a song, and boom, it's playing from your Apple Music account. You authenticate it and everything.
Maybe I'll take a look at that. And speaking of Hulu, that's what I bought on Black Friday was Hulu. 99 cents a month for the first 12 months.
Oh, I saw that.
That was a killer deal.
Yeah, that's a killer deal. That's awesome, for sure.
So hopefully if I watch it once, I feel like $12 it's paid for itself.
Yeah. So that's 1 year too. When they first came out, I knew I was in a gift exchange and I randomly just bought 3 Echo devices. And I didn't keep any of them for myself at the time. I just gave them out. I'm like, I heard these are awesome. Check them out.
Yeah, I like the idea, though, of just keeping gift cards on deck, keeping them in your wallet, ready to go on your person of some sort. That way, if somebody all of a sudden gives you a gift, you've got something for them. Yeah, you can just come in clutch with it. I've never tried that. Like me talking about Apple Music right now. You know how impressed I would be if you just handed me an activated 6-month, ready to go. Oh, right? You don't know about Apple Music? You've been using Spotify? Check it out. Here you go.
That's what I'm saying.
I would be amazed by it right now, but you're not doing it.
That's what I'm saying.
Now if you did it, it'd be weird.
Or I'll hit up those Apple ones too. Hey, maybe you want to check out some new apps on your phone. Maybe you want,
I'm digging it. I like it. So, speaking of gift shopping, have you bought anything from a Facebook ad?
Well, no, but it's happened. I can't say that things to my house haven't arrived from a Facebook ad.
Oh, I buy things from Facebook too. And I was just wondering because, it's a good kind of right now is a great time of year if you're selling a product to be running Facebook ads because I'm just looking to buy something for people at this point. I'm not usually in this type of I got to buy something. And I've been trying to take a look at a lot of these different ads, and some of them on Facebook are just getting crazy. Not even the ad itself is what's crazy, even though everybody's trying to be the next Dollar Shave Club, it seems like, where they come up with that really crazy video or really crazy ad campaign to generate some interest. But the products themselves, since you can get so specific on who could possibly want to buy this, especially this time of year with that type of gag gifts almost, that you're just getting some crazy things kind of coming up in your feed.
Oh, yeah. And we're not even talking about the Amazon ads that are fed
No. I mean,
I feel like those are influencing a lot of my purchases lately.
Yeah, sometimes they are just that one little extra push that's going to get you to go and do it. Especially because when you're taking a look at some of that, I've been looking at cameras a lot, getting some of those digital cameras, checking out different ones, seeing maybe which one I want to pull the trigger on. And I'll get ads for different ones from Amazon, from Walmart too. Walmart's pretty good about that. Best Buy. And I'll see okay, well, let me take a look at this camera because I'm pretty novice when it comes to cameras and camera equipment. I rely on your expertise a lot and getting your opinion for a lot of things. But at the same time, I'm diving in and kind of doing my own research, trying to figure out where that baseline of cost that I'm looking to spend is going to be.
Yeah, and it really comes down to like what features are you really wanting, and too
Right.
it's hard to pick a device, any kind of technology, because as soon as you get it, there's like, and you might get a deal on it, and then all of a sudden there's like the new one just came out.
Yeah.
And it's a vicious cycle.
It is, and that's why I try not to, I don't need the latest and greatest. I try to be pretty good about taking a look at what I have, what I'm looking to do with it, and making sure that it's, going to align with that. I don't need the best of the best. I can always kind of get by with what I, actually paying attention to the features. I think software is another thing where people do that same, I've got to have the top thing of all of that, because you take a look at when you're comparing two different software, like let's just take some marketing automation, for example. When you're comparing two different marketing automation companies to each other, they all do a lot. Whether you're looking at, a HubSpot, Marketo, Pardot, Act-On, Infusionsoft, all of those different platforms, they all do a lot. So you get kind of stuck in the whole, I'm going to take a look at all those different features. Let's take all the features and compare them. And you end up, sometimes I've spoken to some people that have made a decision on a piece of software based on a feature it had that a different one did not have. And it's a feature that they'll never even use. So it's not like this is the difference maker. This is something I'm going to do every single day with this software. It's just, well, when I was evaluating it, this one did it, the other one didn't. I thought that was kind of nice. I've had it for 2 years. I've never used it, though. And now that other software even offers it.
And you have to take into consideration, like if you, first jumped in on a platform and maybe before it came real popular and you got in on a good price, and then you bounced to go check something else out that you thought was better, when you go back, it's probably going to be a little more expensive.
Yeah, a lot of times it is, unless you get that new customer intro rate. You see that they have that bot that is actually negotiating your cable bill for you.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, well, it's a budget app. I think Ashton Kutcher tweeted about it, and it got a lot of press and publicity from that. But it's a budget app that for an extra fee, I'm not sure exactly what that fee is, whether it's a percentage of the savings or just a flat rate, but it'll actually go out and talk to the major cable companies on your behalf to get your bill lowered.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, pretty nice.
Can it do anything for property taxes?
I don't know. Property taxes is a tricky thing, right? I'm in that property tax game right now, and I feel like my property taxes should be less, but I'm too afraid to have the people come out there and reassess, because what if it's more?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It seems like it just keeps going up and up and up every year. Just a little bit, but it keeps going up.
And speaking of bots, right? That's a cool bot. You wanted to talk.
Yeah.
You've been doing some cool things with that Facebook Messenger.
I've been fascinated with chatbots lately.
Yeah.
They're so cool. And I know, like, for a while, I've been keeping an eye on the chatbot game, right?
Well, it's been the next big thing for a while now.
Yeah, and I was always talking about, I'm gonna create one. I'm gonna hit it up, right?
Yeah.
And I finally found a good excuse to use it. So I'm using it for the wrestling game, right?
And which company did you use?
So I used that Mobile Monkey chatbot for Facebook.
Yeah, Larry Kim's company. It's a great one.
Yeah. So, from what I've seen on that, 'cause I've seen a few webinars, and, I've sat through a couple of those, and I've been kind of keeping an eye on it. And it's super easy to set up. And, as soon as you sign out, you sign in with your Facebook account, right? And then you just tell it which Facebook pages you want it to interact with. Mm-hmm. And then, so once you set your page, it's good to go. Now, you can use it for a lot of different things. And what I found fascinating was that it's basically going to, take over almost like email marketing lists, right?
You think it will?
Very similar. Like, you can do drip campaigns, get people to sign up. There's rules. You have so many days to, get somebody on that list.
That's where I think I don't think anything's ever really going to replace email marketing, because it's at least in the near future. And I love that with the chatbots, you can use all these things that you learned with email marketing.
Yeah.
Right. And I love that it's got higher engagement, because more and more people are ignoring email marketing. Emails are getting just the whole inbox is getting cluttered, but you can use some of those things that you have used with email for those bots, right? The drips, how are they interacting, what most likely are they going to click on and go. So you can borrow a lot of that, but the biggest downfall right now, I think, to me, is that there's so much value in an email list. And I know it's not the, new, trendy, kind of cool, sexy digital marketing thing to do, but there isn't anything else that you own, right? Even the Facebook Messenger bot, you can only communicate with them in a certain time window. Email, as long as that's their email, and people are switching emails a lot less nowadays with Gmail and everything else. And once you have it, as long as they explicitly tell you, at least in the U.S., right? I mean, there's laws in different countries, right? GDPR and things like that. But at least in the U.S., you can continue to email that person until they explicitly tell you not to. So it's exciting that you can keep doing that, and the amount of revenue that you can generate quickly with a big email list, whether that's when you launch a new project or product, I should say, you offer a new service. Anytime you want to go kind of tap the well and see what's out there for it and try to get some of that quick revenue coming in, email is always going to be the best thing to do that with.
Yeah. And personally, just on my own through the chatbots, I've been seeing it as where if I buy a product from a website, they'll ask me if I want to receive updates on when that's going to be shipped to me. Yeah. And through the Facebook Messenger, right? Nice. Yeah. I've been getting things like that. Even when joining a page, it'll hit it up. You want to join, you accept it. So that's like this mobile monkey, right? You can set it up so that as soon as I was surprised how quickly, I'm just using it for Q&A, right? So I'm setting up a Q&A database, right? Just to get that general information out there about wrestling, what time do the doors open, how much are tickets, how much is training, things like that.
The things you got tired of answering when everybody kept repeating the same questions over and over.
Yeah, because when multiple people check a page's inbox, you don't always have time to reply right away. Our days get busy, right?
And it's just not efficient too.
So really cool. So you're setting up your all your questions, and then you're setting up your answers. You can have multiple answers that kind of flow in, and then when it doesn't know when you don't have that question in there that they're asking about, right? It'll just say, nice message pops up, says, "Hey, I'm a bot. Somebody will get back to you soon," right?
Yeah. Sorry, I tricked you at first, but you won. You won this battle of wits. Right? I don't have an answer for you.
And they're like, "Oh, this wasn't a real person." But
is Redbeard even real?
But it was so cool. And then what happens is once that is playing out for a while, and you're starting to get some interaction, it'll start to track the questions that it couldn't answer, so that you can add those into your database.
Yeah, keep filling that up. I like that. That's an awesome thing to do, and I think it makes perfect sense for how you're using it.
It responded super quick. I was testing it out myself, and the responses were immediate. Well, now I'm seeing Facebook saying, "Hey," I'm seeing pop-ups that say, "Hey, do you want?" Get some more interaction with your chatbot. Here's how we can help you get more subscribers to your chatbot, things like that. So I
really like it too that you can put it on your website. So when you have that live chat, instead of there being a person, because I've ran, I've been a part of a lot of companies getting that live chat set up on their website, where the biggest question they always have, right, when they want to do it is, well, who's going to answer it? Do I actually have to have people sitting there waiting for it, waiting for that chat to go? And especially when it's a proactive chat, that's the one that's not just click here to chat with somebody. It's actually popping up and saying, "Hey, do you have a question? I see you're on this page." Very impactful on a website. There's a lot of people that always say they hate them. I can't stand those popping up and doing it. Same thing with pop-ups, but sometimes you got to look at, not what people are complaining and saying they hate, but what's actually working, what's converting visitors on it. And pop-ups and chatbots, those are things that actually work still. And I love that you could set that up, get all those common questions, and then if there's one that they can't answer, well, then roll it over to a real person instead of tying somebody up right there, that has to answer those questions. Because, a lot of times it's who's going to do it. Is it a customer service? Is it a technical sales question? All those things, you've got to consider if you've got real live people ready there taking the chats. So I love being able to do that with a bot.
Yeah, I think it's great for that general quick stuff. And that's how I'm going to use it now on the website. That's another another thing I want to roll out yet. But yeah, super helpful.
Do you see it going? Because I know that there's the insurance company that's name has eluded me today. Even though I was trying to think about it earlier, where you can actually buy your insurance through this, essentially a bot, right? You just answer some questions, go through there, then bam, it gives you the policy right away.
Yeah.
You don't actually have to talk to a live insurance agent for it. And do you see the bots taking over, at least this Facebook bot in particular? Do you see that being powerful enough to really answer all the questions, whether that's about a product or a service, and then being able to close that deal without a lot of human interaction or intervention?
Wow, I mean, as long as your database is big enough, right?
Oh, so,
with all the possibilities that could be asked and things like that. But even like on this one, it'll say, you'll type in your question and it'll say, hey, we'll respond with this answer to anything we think is a variation of that question.
Okay.
So it's kind of learning and things like that on its own.
Can you get it set up where there's a delay in when it returns the answer to somebody's question?
I'm not sure.
Because here's where I'm getting at with that. I think that would be pretty powerful, where you can still almost act like it's a real person. Not that you want to be deceptive or anything like that, but I think that as somebody typing to that bot and getting the answer, I'd be afraid all of a sudden, boom, comes at you right away.
Yeah.
I almost like a little bit of pause right there.
Yeah, well, I want to say like when I had it set up for I set one up for 3 quick answers in a row, right? So it would hit that first one quick, boom, and then it would kind of trickle in those other 2.
Okay.
Right? So
that makes
it
sense.
wasn't all here's 3, boom.
If you had to choose with getting that set up, do you think that you'd want to have the email or the ability to message somebody with the messenger bot right now? Which one would you lean towards?
I think I like the messenger bot.
Yeah, I can see that, right? Because you got more attention. Right
it's
now.
instant.
Less clutter.
Yeah.
More people are going to see it and see it. It's going to stand out as opposed to the email getting lost.
Yeah. But I mean, I like emails too. When I'm getting, still subscribe to email lists.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I meant you as a marketer, not an end user. So if you're trying to get information from somebody so that you can continue to market to them, you going for email or are you going for the messenger ability to message them through there?
Probably messenger, just because I know they're probably on Facebook 100 times a day.
Yeah, they're gonna see it. I can see that. The only thing that worries me is just getting too tied up into platform. You never know.
Well,
right?
that's the thing.
Are they going to remove features and functionality and make it harder? Right, you're kind of just playing on rented land there as opposed to the email. What do you own?
Yep.
That's a tough question. What else does it do? What else are you excited about with it?
I mean, well, you can do a lot of things. So, once you get into, I'm just on the free tier right now.
Right.
But I mean, there's pro plans you can get into where it's, where you're kind of reaching out that drip campaigns and things like that, for actual transactions and things, and building that list out. So I haven't even got into that paid tier yet, but I could see a lot of possibilities with that in the future too.
Yeah, I think we've been talking to some people about getting them set up and rolling with it, and it's going to be.
What I really want to use it for though is to when you can start pushing out ads in Messenger, direct ads for an event or something.
Yeah, I think that's so underutilized right now, the ads in Messenger. And you've got some companies that are doing it and doing it pretty well. But, I think right now there's just not a lot of people doing it. And anytime you can have, some sort of platform where there's a lot of attention, and there's a lot of people that don't use Facebook, but only use the Messenger app.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's the thing. That's Messenger's a separate app,
right?
And I checked that. That's a huge way I communicate with a lot of people now.
Oh, is it?
And I mean, I feel there's a lot of people that say they're not on Facebook, but they are.
Yeah, I've been noticing that too because
I'm trolling you.
Yeah. There's always those people that say like, "Oh, I'm not really on Facebook." It's like, no, you just don't post a lot on Facebook.
Yeah.
You're still scrolling through there,
You're out there
taking a look at
giving
it.
likes, trolling.
You're liking things. You always know what somebody's doing.
Yep.
Yeah. I actually have it on my phone where Facebook is disabled. After I forgot what the exact time frame is, but it's a very small amount of time, and it lumps all of the social media apps all into it. So after that time period's up, whether it's 15 minutes or a half hour or whatever it is for that day, once it's hit, it's done. It's disabled. Can't use it.
And so that's so that you're kind of regulating your social media use.
Yeah, I'm trying to be more efficient with social media. I don't think that it's necessarily, you got to get off Facebook. Even though I think there's a lot to be said about deleting the app, and that might be the next step for me, just deleting the app off the phone, because otherwise it gets to be kind of mindless, where you just go there because you don't have anything else to do, or you're bored, or you want that dopamine trigger from seeing that little notification on it, and it just becomes a habit where you just dive in there, you start looking through it, and it becomes a waste of time. Whereas if you have a limited amount of time and, or you only go on it on your desktop, for example, your laptop, as opposed to always being available on the phone, then it makes it so it's a little bit more strategic for when you do use it. It's not a time waste. It's I'm going to go see what's going on in the world. Oh, the Bears just beat the Packers. I'm going to go see how people are reacting to that around here. And you just kind of take a look at it there as opposed to just mindlessly scrolling.
Yeah. And now that I think of it, like, did you know, like, Messenger is a desktop app, or is a desktop in the browser? You can get full browser Messenger.
Oh, can you really?
You can, and it's weird. I have a hard time using it. I prefer it on the phone.
Yeah, I can see that, because it's more of the text aspect of it. It's not much different than that.
I think I use both, but I'm using Facebook as more of a perspective as from promoting things, I guess. So use it a little bit different than probably the normal person.
Yeah, because you're actually looking to push your own media out there and get a little activity.
I'm running ads, and
you're not, and that's exactly why I'd always keep it on the desktop, because we run ads on there for you. We're always running Facebook ads, always taking a look at it, trying to keep it finger on it. But I just want to make sure that just eliminating any potential mindless scrolling. Because to be totally frank, I don't really care what most people are up to. And I'll find myself looking at things and I'm knowing what people that, some of them, I'm not even sure where I met them at or how I know them. What was it, a old high school friend, somebody I used to work with? The name, it just kind of means something from seeing their posts all the time. And now I know what their kids are like, what they're into. I shouldn't know those things. Yeah, there's no reason to know that.
I feel like every year you need to go through like a little Facebook purge.
Hit that purge?
And like just start, just like unfollow some people so you hide them from your news feed, right? Just clean up that feed a little bit. And like I did that like not too long ago, and it was actually refreshing.
Yeah, you actually start seeing stuff you care about.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah.
Well, and I think that's pretty good. You got anything else you want to add on about the messenger bot? Chatbot?
I'm
Chatbot.
just kinda,
why do you keep calling it a messenger bot? Chatbot.
Yeah, I'm just kind of seeing what else I can do with it. I'm keeping an eye on features and stuff, but
I just have to keep tuning in.
A lot of potential.
These things keep evolving. You're just looking at another way to communicate with people. That's what marketing really is, just communicating with people. So as these new things start getting rolled out, you got to stay on top of them, see how people are interacting with them, because that's when you can, exploit them as marketers, which is why everybody loves marketing folk, right?
Yeah.
So now I guess it's come to my favorite part of the show. Who angered the beard this week? Whose beard are gonna call out?
call out of the week. So we'll keep along the email theme.
Ooh.
I'm gonna call out. We all use Gmail, right?
Well, not everybody does.
I mean, a lot of people use the Gmail.
It's mainly Outlook here, though.
Yeah.
In Office 365, I should say, and that took me a little bit of getting used to.
So a lot of people use the Gmail. So yeah, we're gonna call it the big dog in email. So for years, like I've liked Gmail, right? Regular Gmail, and then
are you gonna call out Gmail?
Yes.
This is what
I'm calling out right now. We're calling it out Because they came up, like several years ago, they came out with a little different flavor of Gmail, and they just called it Inbox. Okay, so you could get that Inbox in your browser, Inbox app on your phone, right?
Is this a Mac? This is a Mac thing.
Is it a Mac? This is a browser thing, dude.
Is it a browser thing?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Google Gmail Inbox is what it's called, right? So it has its own flavor. It's a little bit different than your standard Gmail app, right? So you can sort things differently. It has some nice features. So I've been using this. I've been using this for like forever and for years, right? It's my favorite app. I hit it up every day. You know, I don't even go to the standard Gmail anymore. Okay. So we're straight to Inbox, right? Wow. That's the future. That's what I was told anyway. I was led to believe that's the future. So I start getting these notices, and I see them more now. That every time I log into Inbox, it says, "Hey, guess what? Like, Inbox is going away soon. Whoa. We're getting rid of Inbox. You're gonna have to go to that new Gmail we set up." Right?
Wow.
So, like at the end of March, it's done. Inbox is done, right? But here's where the call out comes into play. They're still updating the app on the phones. Why are you doing app updates? Why? What? It makes no sense.
Does it anything to do with the security? You know, the Google Plus and all that security issues they were having, so they just got rid of the whole thing?
I don't even care. I'm like, why? There's like updates, probably every weekly updates for Inbox.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never used it. I guess I always just use Gmail. I just log right into Gmail, got the Gmail app on my phone, and I like it. That's why I was surprised you were about to call it out. I was thinking to myself, what's wrong with that? I use it all the time.
So now I got the Inbox and Gmail app. I'm trying to toggle between the two, and I'm trying to get used to Gmail now. I'm thinking about just straight up deleting Inbox altogether and going with the standard Gmail app.
Well, if they're going to get rid of it in March, you might as well.
End of March.
Rip that Band-Aid.
Can you believe that? Oh, that's the problem. See, that's the problem with a lot of these free services like we're talking about. They can just up and make changes and take away features you like and don't like whenever they feel like it.
Well, and if you do that and Beard is using your app, you might end up on this call out here.
Yeah. Well, and I'm just saying, like, you know, maybe paid isn't a bad thing.
And sometimes you got to pay.
You know.
All right. Well, anybody else you want to call out? Was that good?
I mean, think we could just do one at a time.
I feel like that was a big one.
I think I called out property tax earlier.
It's not the local landscape crew and car dealership anymore. Just going at it.
Go straight to that email client.
All right. Well, tune in next time. You can see who Beard's going to call out. It really could be anybody. And don't forget to like and subscribe and leave us a little bit of feedback. Share with your friends. Love to do that too.
Yeah. And if we don't talk to you before then, have a happy holiday.